Welcome to the haunted Tiki, where the torches never die. Raise a mug beneath the moonlight, watch the restless spirits fly. Every drink's an adventure, every night a mystery. Step inside if you dare. The haunted Tiki. 40 years of chasing whispers, searching truth where shadows creep. Not every story earns believing. Some are buried far too deep. Your guide through the unknown, the original Tiki Ghoul.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Haunted Tiki. I'm your host, Tony, the original Tiki Ghoul. Behind the camera is my lovely wife, Mrs. Goulette. Say hello.
Hi.
Today we will be discussing different types of hauntings. For those of you that have been on my channel, I have been a paranormal investigator for well over 39 years. I grew up in a haunted house in Venice, California. Those experiences brought us here today. I would like to discuss the difference between hauntings. There are 4 types of hauntings. I've experienced all of them throughout my 39 years as an investigator. You have your typical haunting. I like to explain it as a record player. They seem not to be aware of us and are on a loop of doing what they did while they were still alive. A perfect example of this. If you purchased an old house, and every night you would see a woman walk through the same wall. Back when she was alive and lived in that house, there was a good chance the wall used to be a doorway or a walkway. They would do this over and over again if you were there or not. The second type of haunting is called an intelligent haunting. Unfortunately, people pass on. Some have unfinished business, or passed in an untimely manner, or unplanned manner. I believe most have no idea they are passed on, and some are terrified that they have. They will do anything to get your attention. That's where we come in and try to help them move on. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work. Then you have your third type of haunting, which is the poltergeist haunting. A poltergeist is a noisy spirit or disruptive spirit from German folklore known for causing unexplainable physical disturbances like loud noises, flying objects, slamming doors, and turning lights on and off. They are often associated with specific individuals or locations, sometimes interpreted as a manifestation of stress or psychokinetic energy. Last but not least, you have your demonic haunting. Now these are extremely dangerous in nature. I know people don't believe these entities can hurt you. Unfortunately, I know firsthand they can. During our investigation, we look for different types of activity to figure out what we are dealing with. Demons will scratch you and leave 3 scratch marks. You will feel a burning sensation when one of these dark entities attack you. They will knock 3 times in response to you asking questions. This is a big red flag, and this is their way of mocking the Holy Trinity. The smell of death or sulfur are also a sign of demonic presence. For those of you that have had an unfortunate privilege of smelling death, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever we go on an investigation, our minds have to be clear and we have to be on point. We always start an investigation off with an opening prayer and we end it with a closing prayer. This unfortunately does not always stop the spirit from attaching itself to you. I have on several occasions brought things home with me. That would be another story, unfortunately. Helping people understand what they are dealing with is what we do best. I became an ordained minister because of this. I like to go on private investigations knowing whatever religion someone is, I will be able to help them. If you ever decide to dabble in the paranormal side of things, my friends, it can be dangerous and you can bring unwanted attachments home with you. Understand it first and make sure your faith is strong. It is not all fun and games like people think it is. You have to be in the right mindset in your life. If you bring personal, emotional baggage from things happening in your life to an investigation, this will make you easy pickings for entities to take full advantage of your emotions. On that serious note, let's lift the mood up a little bit here and make our first cocktail of the night. Tonight, we are making the second drink of our series, Ghosts and Spirits. From Jeff Beachbum Berry's famous Grog Log, the Astru Aku Aku. At the height of the Polynesian restaurant craze, dovetailed the advent of the space age, and almost every tiki bar named at least one drink in honor of the final frontier. The outrigger served flying saucer, the Maikai had its jet pilot, and even Trader Vic got into the act with a space needle. This is Barry's humble addition to the Astru Aku convergence based on Hawaii Kai restaurant Suffering Bastard. We will be needing 1/2 ounce of lime juice, always fresh, 1 ounce papaya nectar, 1/2 ounce apricot nectar, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, 1/2 ounce falernum, blend with 1/2 cup of crushed ice, pour into a 16 ounce Easter Island mug filled with ice cubes or large snifters filled with ice cubes. We are blending this with 1/2 cup of crushed ice in a blender. Got my cheap little Hamilton plastic blender. I had a hell of a time trying to find a classic one. The metal ones are hard to find, so I'll keep an eye out for it. Once I find one, this is good for now. It is what it is. Let's blend this. About 6-8 seconds. We're going to be pouring this into a 16 ounce Easter Island mug filled with ice cubes. Oops. Slippery. Let's top that up with a few more ice cubes. There you go. We're going to garnish this today with some fresh mint, and a dehydrated lime wedge, which I pre-cut. There you go. The Astru Aku Aku. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that's good. That's really good. What I like even more is it's in a tiki mug, especially a moai mug. Moai mugs are my favorite mugs out of all the mugs, so I try to collect all the moai mugs I can. I started out with, gosh, very few because I started collecting tiki mugs about 3 years ago, I believe. And little by little been picking them up, and I know it's still not a lot, but I think I have a little over 120 maybe, I believe. I'm not sure. 140. Mrs. Gillette put me in check. 140. So yeah, I look at it as an investment. So yeah. Oh, by the way, the elephant in the room. I don't wear nail polish. This is black nail polish. Okay. I smashed my finger at work, so my nail looks real nasty. So I decided to cover with nail polish, so you guys don't have to see it. I should lose my nail probably within a month or so. Anyway, you know how difficult it was, excuse me, to find papaya nectar and apricot nectar? I went through to, gosh, excuse me. I went to 3 to 4 different stores. I could not find papaya nectar or apricot nectar anywhere. I looked online at Amazon. The papaya nectar, they're selling it by the case, and they wanted like 80 something freaking dollars for it. I don't think so. So I made everything fresh. Usually all my nectars, all my stuff's usually fresh. There are some things I do have and do use that are not fresh. But again, I'll show that when I'm making the drink. But so far, yeah. Papaya nectar, apricot nectar, completely fresh. I recommend you guys do the same thing. I like to bottle my limes, my lime juice, my lemon juice. Again, everything's fresh. This is a good drink. But tonight, we'll be making a second drink of the night. We will be whipping up the Space Needle. Trader Vic's Space Needle is a bold 1970s era tiki cocktail from Trader Vic's Rum Cookery and Drinkery book. It features a potent blend of ingredients very similar to the Mai Tai. We will be needing 1.5 ounces of light Puerto Rican rum, 1 ounce of orange curacao, 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. Add all your ingredients into an electric drink mixer with 1 scoop of shaved ice. This drink is going to be flash blended for 5 seconds with shaved ice. I do not currently have any shaved ice, so I went on Amazon and I bought a shaved ice maker. Paid about 35 bucks for it. It's pretty cool, it's compact. Nostalgia. It's called Nostalgia Shave Ice. Like 35 bucks. It's pretty simple to operate. Pull up the top. Add some ice to the top of this. Have crushed ice in here, so I'm going to be using crushed ice in here. So it's broken up pretty good. That was my cat. When we put this back on, it will not operate if this little green button here isn't depressed. So when it slides in, it has these little guides. If that's pushed, it'll work. Shaved ice. Pretty cool, right? Alright. This calls for about a cup of shaved ice. Dump it to the contents here. So we're going to flash blend this. This is my cheap flash blender. Plastic. I'm having a hard time finding a real authentic one. Once I do, trust me, I'll get it. Just flash blend for 5 seconds. And today we're going to be using my glass from Stray Pirate. It's a pretty cool glass, right? If you guys can see that close up or not. Okay, we are topping this, we are dumping this into our glass. This is flash blended for 5 seconds, and we're topping this off with some more shaved ice. Messy, messy. Perfect. And we're going to be garnishing this with a sprig of mint. Okay, let's get a straw here. Let's test it out. If you guys noticed, this is blue. I didn't have any orange cacao. Unfortunately, I thought I got all the ingredients and neglected to get the orange cacao, so I had to use blue. So it's supposed to be orange, not blue. Let's give it a try. Ooh, that's a good drink. That's a strong drink. All right. That's actually a really good drink. I'll definitely order this a second time. Would you like to try Miss Goulette? Mrs. Goulette, I'm sorry. It's pretty strong. It's good though.
Very good.
It has quite a bit of mint. It has, not mint, it has quite a bit of rum in it. It has 2.5 ounces of rum. We're using, obviously, Caruba. I love Caruba. And we're using Don Q Cristal. I'm trying to keep the ingredients exactly to the ingredients in the book, but sometimes it's really hard to find some of this stuff. But this is a really good drink. I'm enjoying it. I like to try and make this drink again when I have some orange cacao. I'm sure it tastes a little bit different, but again, that'd be for another time. The crushed icing is pretty cool. Only problem I see with the crushed ice is it keeps clumping up inside the straw. At least the drink will last a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode from our Ghost and Spirits series. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future content. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight, and as always, stay spooky, my friends. Cheers.
Welcome to the haunted Tiki.